Welcome to Create Before Consume. Now, here's your host,
Thank you very much for having me. This setup is amazing. You're amazing. I'm really appreciative of being here, brother.
Dang, it's always so exciting, but it's super hard not talking before the podcast so that you have all the juicy stuff. So now I have like so many things I want to go back on. But yeah, so what is the thing that you want to go back on first?
Let's just see what comes out. I'm open. We can talk about content creation. We can talk about anything you want to.
Okay. So what I really like, because you gave me this morning a call, and when you gave me a call, you were like talking about buying a new MacBook, you know, and you went viral on social media. And this is kind of like interesting because you're in that moment where it's like, okay, I want to take this seriously. What gonna do? What is the next step? Do I need a new iPhone? Do I need a new camera? Do I need what are the things that are going through your head right now? Just like explain how you went viral. What is your story and what is going through your head?
Okay. Yeah, I've sold solar the last 10 years of my life, and I tend to sell deals and then go travel the world, sell deals, go travel the world, spend all my money. I ran into some health issues recently and came back and had to move back home here to Tampa, Florida / St. Petersburg, Florida. Yeah. And I needed to make money, and I just started driving Uber again. Then I saw someone doing it in Australia, this guy named Darren Levy. And I looked at his content, and he was recording his Uber rides. And I didn't think it was that entertaining. And I was like, I can do better. He had 300,000 followers. He's got 1.7 million subscribers on YouTube. So I just started recording the Uber rides. And the second post that I did, I went viral. I edited it on, I actually hired a few different people on Fiverr to do some edits for me. Yeah. And just went viral. The second post, dude. Damn. It was nuts. And here we are a couple months later.
Yeah, so how many views is that, what we're talking about, approximately?
Around 50 million across the platforms. Yeah, dude.
It's kind of crazy because people think TikTok is over. You know, people thinking, I cannot go viral on Instagram anymore. And especially what I found interesting was like the Uber rides concept is super old. You know, when Uber came out, the first couple freelance drivers or whatever you want to call yourself when you're driving an Uber, they're like, okay, I need to make some bread on the side. Let's do this YouTube thing. And there was a ton of channels, and you're starting this now, and I'm like, dang, it's popping.
Yeah, dude, to be honest, this has been long coming. I've been in sales, like I said, professional sales for 10 years. I've always been a people person. I'm an extrovert. I love going up to anyone and speaking to anyone. I truly believe a stranger is a friend you haven't met yet. So I treat you the same way I treat anyone that comes in my car. So you know, it doesn't matter really what type of content I'm doing personally, because I know I'm going to blow up. Like,
you got the belief. There we go. I love it.
You have to, bro. You have to believe in yourself and whatever you're doing. So I'm going to start doing street interviews. I'm going to start doing podcasts like this. And I'm going to start doing a lot of other different content now.
I love that. With that being said, though, so what is the thing that worked for you, and what are the things where you're like, okay, I wish I had a new camera or a new MacBook? What are the things that are going through your head on like, okay, I want to take this seriously?
Well, one, I wish I would have put as much effort into my YouTube channel that I did into my Instagram. Like, it's cool having 100,000 followers and all these views, but no one's paying me. So if I would have put that type of effort into my YouTube channel, I would have already been monetized, and I would already be making money, and I know that. And I I put in a lot of hours on doing short form reels on CapCut, so I can do that now. But I don't really, YouTube's a different beast. So, but as far as equipment, like, I bought an iPhone 14 Pro Max to shoot the film. Most of the Uber drivers that I've seen shoot on a GoPro. I bought a lavalier like connected mic, but now I just bought DJI mics, so I'm very excited about that. And now I'm starting to do podcasts and other different type of content. So I need a computer that hopefully you're going to sell to me.
If you want one, I don't know. Or there's different options out there too, because like I want to show you a couple ways, and like, let's see what is best for you, you know, because like you could go so many ways. And I think it's like really interesting for me because like I'm old school, you know, I'm like, okay, I was like in your shoes without going viral like 6 or 10 years ago, and I'm like, I want to do YouTube. I had my first 10,000 views, and I'm like, different beast, Now TikTok is like, we're talking millions or tens of thousands, and back in the day, different numbers were big, and I'm like, oh, I can do that, and then I transitioned into like freelance work, doing videos for others, and still doing it for myself. But now everybody gets like millions of views, but no money, what is super weird. And I have like a video where I got like 3,000 views, and I made like so far I think like $80 or $90 with it
from YouTube.
Yeah, not from YouTube, from Amazon affiliate on YouTube. So I live streamed a review where I solve a problem, and then I basically chopped it up and made it a reel from it. But the regular video gets views because it's being found when people are looking for solving the problem.
Wow.
And the links down below, Amazon affiliate. So even if you don't have the following, you can make some money with that,
Yeah.
But it's completely different. But what I'm trying to say is like, you're like coming completely fresh in there, and it's like different mindset, different like philosophies and everything. And I'm like, I think that's really refreshing to see. And I'm like curious how you see the world, because we all see the world differently.
Yeah, dude, thank you. That's such a good question, and I'm really appreciative of you because you're a pro in this game. Like, you know what you're doing. So I'm very excited to learn from you. But specific question about like my vision for like myself, or like where I'm going creatively, or
so how do you see like what do you want to do now with your channel? You got all those views, you bought some gear. What is the vision? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, my ultimate why is relationships, is people, is bringing people together. Mental health I'm big into that. I suffered from debilitating depression, anxiety for a lot of years of my life.
Damn.
And I truly believe I can help people. So I'm building an online community, and I'm creating content around mental health and personal development, and as well as doing the Uber rides and doing street interviews. Like, I want to be well-rounded. I don't want to like, I hear Gary Vee and all these other people talk about everything, and I do believe that.
Yeah.
If you're passionate about all of these things, like you could get burned out as a content creator if you're not passionate about what the heck you're doing. And I definitely got burned out with these Uber videos, like taking 6-7 hours of video to do it. So I'm gonna do the Uber rides for sure. Like, it's fun. Like, and now hopefully I'm looking for an editor to partner with. So
we should talk about that too. Okay. So because like you made a Facebook group, a post in a Facebook group about like, hey, I need an editor ASAP or whatever. I'm like, okay, I am an editor, but I got recommended by other people. I'm like
3 or 4 people.
Yeah, so I'm like, yay! I got my fanboys out there. I'm like,
yeah, dude. And I just by that, like, I know you could put out courses or guides.
Yeah, I can do all that.
And I'm sure a ton of people would definitely use it. And when I grow, the cool thing about relationships is like, when I grow, you grow. When you grow, I grow.
I love that mindset, the win-win.
Oh, that's what it's all about. I look at relationships like your body. It's an organism. All the cells are working together to be you. And I feel like the same thing is us on this planet. When we work together at our highest good, for love, for growth, for the highest good. Yeah. Just alchemy. Transformation. Like, beautiful things happen when we come together. And when it's true. Not when you're like doing something for ego or money, or and we all get tripped up, and that's why we need relationships that to be honest with each other and say like, these are the things I want, these are the things, this is who I am. So if I fall down a little bit on that path, that you can be like, hey, Limi, this is not what you said your why is. Like, this is not what you said you wanted to go. Like, so kind of push me to the other way, and it's our jobs to be receptive. Yeah, no, I love that. That is actually going deep, because like I went into a phase of like, what is my why? What type of content do I want to make? Because I know SEO. So if you type in certain words into Google, I top up a video recommendation, on like first page, like, oh, there's free videos, and I dominate 3 of them for like a product like Street Strider. But the thing that I'm like is like, what is my why? And I'm like, I kind of got lost in that. What am I? Who want to be? Like trying to find like this thing. How did you find that, or how did you find yourself? many ways, but the things that come up to me is Deepak Chopra. He got me to ask myself 4 questions in the morning. What am I grateful for? Who am I? What is my purpose? Ooh. Is it the 4 agreements? No, that's something different, which I consider my Bible. I love the 4 agreements, but the 4 question is, what am I grateful for? Who am I? What is my purpose? Oh, what is the last one? Anywho, it doesn't matter. Asking these self-reflective questions gets you for that? And I'd like to ask you what your why is. What do you think your why is?
Well, that's the problem why we don't have it right now.
Oh, okay. Well, we can.
We're on the journey.
Yeah, I would love to talk to you about it. I'll tell you my why to help people help people feel seen, heard, and felt, and to bring people together. So that's my why, and I want to push out content.
I love that.
Towards that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so going back to the content, because like you posted stuff and you posted like on Instagram, YouTube, everywhere basically, and it obviously performs differently. So what is like right now, what is your favorite social media? Which one you hate the most? And give us the scoop. What is your opinion right now? Because you're fresh in the game, popping,
super fresh. Dude, I mean I've only been doing this for 2.5 months.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So yeah, let's say, what is my favorite? Instagram, because it's getting me the views. TikTok is not blowing up like my Instagram. No other platforms but Instagram is blowing up. To be honest.
Crazy.
Like Instagram, if that makes sense. And I deserve for my shit to blow up, man. I put in so many. Like, it's been 3 months, but every one of those videos took 6, 7, 8 hours. Like every single one of them. And I feel like the years leading up to me shooting content in my Uber, like, all my experiences of traveling the world and depression and drug abuse and the things that happened to me in my youth and my childhood traumas and all these different things have led me into where I'm at right now. And now I'm in the position to speak and to speak up and to take up space and to help people. And it's just all coming together. Like this is, the hero's journey. This is God's plan, bro.
Drake said that.
Exactly, bro. It's just truly, and I use that lyrics for my videos. Like, I love that shit, bro. But a little bit about you, like where do you see your vision going? Where do you see your long-term?
Yeah. So I'm kind of in a weird spot where I'm like, I like helping other people, but working with other people is problematic because everybody has their own vision, and that is a very precise thing, and everybody is a little bit different. So it's like, you cannot really, I worked with clients where they're like perfectionists, like the colors have to be a certain way, it has to be shot in a certain way, or my hair is not perfect, you work on that thing for like 20, 30 hours. No, scratch it, remake it. Let's go back and let's reshoot it. That type of stuff on like minimal things about hair, just that you get an idea, and it is easier to make content for yourself. And I learned, so my goal in the beginning was like, I want to be self-sufficient with like the internet and make money for the internet, and then I don't have to work for other people. That was the vision. So I'm all about like, I can make money with this and that way, and so I build like systems and ways, and I have like ways to do it, but you need a good why that people believe in so that you can use those systems. And if you don't have that why, people don't really consume it, and I have to basically, I have to science hack my way in there. Like, I make helpful content for other people so that people are actually looking it up, because I also like helping other people. So I'm like, I'm always an open book. If you ask me anything, I help everybody,
Yeah, you do that.
Yes.
And I love you for that. I really,
Thank you.
Dude, I was just like, this guy's giving me free game. You're not gatekeeping. And I know that's burned you in the past, but I feel like if you align yourself with the right people, like my boy Kieran, he said this quote the other day: if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that. So like, I see what I sense.
So it's a weird thing,
It makes me think of relationships, an actual like, partner relationships. And it's like, if you get burned, you're dating a girl and she cheats on you, are you just going to cut yourself off and never go out with another girl because you think all girls are shit? It's the same thing in the relationships like this. Like, you've been burned a few times, but I hope you still have an open heart and an open mind to bringing people on the team. And you pour into me and I pour into you, and that's just it's just how it fucking goes, dude. Yeah,
I believe like big in the win-win thing, because the internet is huge, If you have a viral video, that doesn't mean like I cannot have a viral video, like, and there's like, it just feeds off, oh, my buddy's doing good. Now I'm like, okay, I'm slacking a little bit. Now I'm like, okay, I got to push the gas button a little bit, So I'm about like that positive reinforcement, It's like, if you surround yourself with the right people, you see like what they're doing, you do the same thing. But if you see like, oh, he's taking away from me, then it becomes toxic, and then you do less and sounds bad, but there's a good way of doing it too.
It's such a fine line, and sometimes we can get creep in that mindset of I'm giving too much, or I'm taking too much, and it's like, that's why we have to be so authentic.
Yeah.
And we have to be so straightforward and blunt with our friends and our family and everyone we're with. Hey, these are my feelings. This is what I'm trying to accomplish. Am I being too much? Am I not? And just be open.
Yeah.
This is why I'm building an online community called Collective Effervescence. I want to bring people together, content creators, talk about business, entrepreneurship, mental health. I want to bring people together in an online community. And I also thought about with collabing together, if you ever do an edit for me, it's going to be shout out to the world who did the fucking edit. Yeah. Come on. And especially if it's a reel, we're going to be on collaboratives. So if it gets millions of views, people are going to see this is the guy who did it. You know what I mean? So I'm always open to doing that.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm game for it. But with that being said, it is it's relationships. And that kind of is what business is, and the whole human experience, when you do sales, it's business, and it's relationships. It's it's not separate. It's the same thing. If you have trust with somebody, you buy from that person. If you're buddies with somebody, you hire that buddy. It's not he has the best product, because I know people who hire people who are okay, he's not that good, but he's a good guy, and you just hire him because he's a good guy, and it's good enough, it does the job, and it's there's always a human aspect, and people forget about it,
It's beautiful, Fitz. It's so beautiful. I've been selling solar, like I said, for 10 years, and I'm not a technical sales type of guy.
Yeah.
I
have so many questions for the solar.
Ask away, but it's I get sales because I'm honest, I'm upfront.
Yeah.
This is who I am, and you're not just a client, you're family. No matter what, if you go solar or you don't, it's as simple as that. And that's what's allowed me to be that's what's allowed me to be a nomad, traveling hippie nomad, I like to call myself. It's been able to just connect with people and say, hey, this is going to help you and your family. The installers, I represent the most amazing installer in Florida, Nathan Castaways. You're
love it.
And that's why anyone
you representing.
Yeah, I always wear the shirts, Castaways. I really respect the guy, the work that he does, and I feel good, giving a product and a service to a family because of Nathan and Castaway. It makes me feel really good because I truly believe in it.
Yeah, that's kind of funny though, because everybody in Florida is doing solar, and there's always some people knocking the door, and I'm if I would do that, I would be okay, I'll make content. That would be my game plan. I'm just cranking out content and then have them come to me, because then it's I don't, but it's but it's a weird concept, and I'm maybe I'm wrong with that, because it's very frustrating doing door-to-door sales. Can you go a little bit into that? Because I love the grinding mindset, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. A little talk about door-to-door sales.
Yeah, because it's not easy.
Oh my gosh. Shout out to Brandon Holmes and Taylor Baker, because when I first started selling solar, it was right after I graduated college.
Yeah.
I drove my car from Tampa, Florida to Long Beach, California, and I knocked my first door and sold it.
Damn, okay, that's lucky. That ain't, you kind of have some luck going on here. What's going on?
Yeah, you call it luck, I call it divine intervention type things. But yeah, dude, with the solar, the reason I brought up my two bosses is because we did role playing, and they taught us self-love. The guy taught us about, okay, between each door, tell yourself 100 times that you love yourself. Knocking on a door is literally you're putting yourself completely out there. You're getting rejected on 1,000 times a day.
Yeah.
So it's you have to build that self-love muscle of no, I'm helping this customer, I'm helping the world, and I love myself no matter what happens on the door. So being on the doors teaches you a lot about life. And dude, if you can knock a door and sell something, you can do anything in the world.
True.
Anything, bro.
Yeah.
Anything, dude.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried it?
I never. So
I know you're from Germany, so it's the language barrier. Do you think that stopped you at all?
No. So for me, it was a weird journey, because when I was in Germany, I'm okay, I want to start a new life, want to be self-employed. Yeah. I'm okay, my dad called me 10 years ago. I'm your father. I'm what? And I thought he was dead. Never knew about him.
Shit.
Got family and everything here. Never knew about them. I'm took 2 vacations. I'm like, yeah, the US is kind of nice. It's exciting, after taking 2 trips. And I'm like, this kind of lit, and then I went over and I'm like, okay, going back to Germany, I quit my job, and I'm like, okay, I want to start a new life and new rules, not falling back into the old habits, because habits is a strong thing. I don't want to work the 9 to 5. I want to be self-employed. I want to make my own bread, and don't get taken advantage of. And that was basically the motivation for me to go to the US and just try a new life. And I kind of documented the journey on the iPhone, on an Android. I think it was the S8 or whatever, and I vlogged, and like all the vlogs are up there, and that got me into videography, and now I'm like doing weird stuff, but that's basically, I did everything. I imported phone cases, I did like some carpenter work, kind of, like caulking bathrooms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I'm like doing some building tables. I'm like, okay, I have to stick with one thing, and the one thing is now video.
Thank you for going through all those trials and tribulations to getting to video, because I know how much you're going to be able to help me, and how much I'm going to be able to help you. Like I'm thankful.
I forgot the main point was like the speaking, the door to door. If I could do it, yeah, I could do it, because like my first job that I took was like working at a gas station, because I needed a job ASAP, because my dad was like, you cannot stay here and have girls over, because like he lived with my aunt, and she's like, he will get girls pregnant in the basement, So and I'm like, what? I gotta move out, So I needed to have a job, and I'm basically after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I got my first own job, worked at a gas station, and I'm like, I need to work where people were talking, because the language barrier was insane. I couldn't say 13 and 14, and there was like I worked for Kroger, and they have the Kroger card where you can basically get points, and I was like, okay, can I get your Cougar card?
Butchered the shit out of that.
Yeah, basically. And I'm just like, stuff like that came up, and I'm just like, I gotta move, and I gotta learn and practice. And I'm basically went then from gas station to pizza delivery, then to serving, to speak more, but still did all the time on the side my things,
Nice. I have this, a similar but different background. I've probably had about 150, 200 jobs in my life. So I've done a lot of different things, and I've met a lot of different people. And that's, again, helped me in sales, and helped me create content, and helped me engage and relate with people.
I love it.
I think the biggest thing out of everything, what's got me to the point of where I'm at is definitely like what happened to me in my youth, and how troubling it was. I had to walk on eggshells growing up. I had to be a therapist. There was a lot of psychological warfare.
Yeah.
It was very difficult. And now that I had to live through that, I got these special gifts. If you can alchemize, your trials and tribulations, you can alchemize these traumas that went through, you can be birth gifts.
Yeah.
And now I can, when people come in my car, dude, and I'm shooting Uber rides, like, they, I smell good. It feels good in the car.
Yeah.
I feel good, and everyone's just comfortable. And they have a few drinks, so they're a little loose.
Yeah.
But it's a good time, and they feel my vibration.
Yeah.
And they know this is a safe space to just share whatever they want to share.
Yeah, I love it.
And it's the same thing when I'm on the doors, or I'm talking to someone about solar, or when I'm doing a podcast with you.
Yeah.
Like, I want this to be always a safe space to whoever I'm talking to. Like, that's...
Yeah. Let's actually go back to that thing where you said, like, when you were a kid, and there's all that drama and warfare and whatever. So I came out of a bad household too. And I feel like, we all have that, I don't know if you know Dragon Ball, but that Dragon
Ball Z?
Yeah, the Super Saiyan.
Super
And
Saiyan.
But if you're truly yourself, and you feel the moment, and you're like the deep connection to yourself, you're like Super Saiyan. It's like, oh yeah, I know what to say. I say what I think and what I mean, and everything flows and connects. But if you're like in that, I'm damaged, and I'm like the self-belief is
victim.
Yeah, if you're in that victim mode, I don't want to use it because it sounds so dark, but it's like, if you're like damaged, and you're just like, you have that in you, and some people get that when they drink, and then they're like, I'll become that, and I'm like, I'm truly myself, and I'm like, I'm the dude, but if you can become
liquid
that
courage, they call that.
Yeah, but if you can become that when you're sober, and if you can practice that. But how did you transition out of being broken into that? What were the things that helped you?
I would say meditation, practicing yoga, somatic releases.
What is that?
Shaking, dancing,
moving
the fascia in your body, booming, different sound vibrations, grounding on the earth.
Yeah.
I think a lot of things go into it, as well as talking to beautiful people and being honest and getting feedback from people as well. What are some other things that really helped me become myself? I had a few others come in mind, but those are the ones that stick out to me right away. Maybe as the conversation keeps on going, but that's such a good question. Like, what helped me get through these tough times? I really, self-reflection, journaling, meditation, yoga. These are the main things.
Because like I would say, like I struggle with that the biggest, like letting completely go, from all your fears and holdbacks, and sometimes you're holding back because like it's not smart to say XYZ because like it could be misconstrued or whatever, and
bullshit.
We have all those things holding us back, and I'm like, you got to let them go, and then you're like truly yourself, and it's the vibe or it's not,
Dude, we are spinning on axis. There's fire underneath our fucking feet right now. We're talking technology. People from all around the world are viewing in. Like, this life is wild, crazy, stupid, fun, exciting. It's like, why not try everything? Why not live any way you would like? Like, we're all gonna die. We're literally all going to die, and no one knows. It could be tomorrow. It could be next week. Like, and I've had chronic health issues for the past year and a half. I got diagnosed with Crohn's this past year. I was in the hospital 5 different times, literally on my deathbed, like breathing slowly, like feeling like I was actually having a heart attack. So having these type of experiences definitely molded me into like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot.
Shoot your shot.
I'll shoot my shot. Record the Uber rides. Go sell solar. Go travel to Australia. Go do this. Go do that. Like, I think definitely near-death moments, experiences definitely gets you to do things like that. But why do you have to have a big fucking scare for you to try these different things, right, bro? Like,
100%.
What is something that you've always, maybe when you were a child, or something that you wanted to do recently that you haven't? What's something that comes to mind for you?
For me, I don't know. Like, I'm a weird person, like I basically moved from Germany to the US. When I'm like, I see a fear, I'm like, so you have a fear, so it's probably a good thing to do. Like, I'm that type of person. So I'm towards it because I know what happens if you don't. Like, the backstory for that would be one of my buddies, he worked as a mechanic, and you have to have your apprenticeship in Germany for like 3.5 years. And after that, then you become the mechanic if you successful finish the test. He did not. So he got the lower degree, and got like a helper's mechanic, whatever-ish degree. I don't know how to translate it. But in the end, it's like he was so scared that he did not finish it, and he never really retook it, And now he worked at that one company forever and never switched jobs. I was an electrician, and I'm like, okay, the first thing I'm going to do is like quit my job and go to a different company to see if I could get a different job, because I don't want to end up with a job that I hate like him. So because like I don't want to have that that chain on me, so I'm very free, so I'm like, when I see something and I want it, I figure a way out to get it.
Dude, we're 2 peas in a pod then. I think that's why we already get along very well, because I haven't woken up with an alarm and I can't remember the last time.
Damn, that's like
such
being
a
a kid,
feeling, bro. No, it is like being kicked.
No, I mean like a kid. When you were a kid and you're like, you want to see the new TV, you want to explore the next day. It's just like you just sleep,
dude. 2 things that are a must is getting 8 hours of sleep and not waking up with an alarm. Like, those are the 2 things that mean the most to me in life. So like, I mean, I've always lived that way too, and I see people commuting to work in the morning. I woke up pretty early the other day and walked with a friend, and I never really like drive in the morning or in the evening because I don't like traffic. And I saw these people and their faces looked so like run down and stressed and like driving fast to work, and I'm like, oh my god, these people are so fucking stressed. Like, and you got to work on what you're passionate about on the side. Like, you got to become your own boss. That's the only way to get out of the rat race. You have to have a business or sell something or become a content creator, and you have to work on your side projects in order to do that. So like, I encourage anyone that's listening to this podcast, go create more before you consume. Go create before you consume. Let's go.
You're here to hear first.
Jeez, that's the name of the podcast. I should know that.
I mean, like,
my bad, bro. We did just meet like a day ago.
I mean, like, it is kind of crazy because like on the one side, I'm just like, I sometimes consume more than I create, you know, and there's always like, it's a struggle. You kind of, social media is not all fun and games because it's super addictive. You go on that thing, you scroll away. There goes 6-8 hours sometimes for some people. Sometimes for me, because like, okay, I need to do the research. What works now? What doesn't work, you know? And that is kind of like, it's you cannot not consume it because then you don't know how and what works and what is the standard and, you know, best practice, you know. But if you consume it too much, you fall in the trap, and then, you know, now you're just a consumer.
And everyone knows how much is too much. Like, everyone knows that, I feel like. You're scrolling, give yourself time limits. Like, I think we just all use it to avoid and escape. And same thing with watching movies or eating food or drinking alcohol or smoking weed. It's just a way to escape. And the less we can escape and the more that we can go create, it's going to be better for your life. And it is extremely difficult to make it as a content creator. Like, it's just a lot of effort and a lot of energy, and you have to put your ego to side. Anyone that tells you they get Instagram famous or any of that type of nature, and they don't like look at their phone all fucking day for the first whatever few months. I was looking at my phone way too much. Yeah. Like, way too much.
So now I'm kind of curious though, going back to like, you hired like your first editor on Fiverr. What content you think, you know, goes viral? Because like when I do like a video on YouTube and I make a review and I plan it, structure it, do SEO, I know I will get good views and I will make money, you know, but what is the type of content where you're like, okay, I feel like this is a banger? You know, you have like, if you would put it into words, you have a feeling for that?
It's a feeling. Yes, I have it now.
Yeah.
I hired 15 editors on Fiverr and Upwork, and they just weren't cutting it. I was doing more management time.
Yeah.
And having to see it, send it back, and like I was like, fuck this shit. Like, I'm just going to do it myself. And I didn't know how to do the zooms.
Yeah.
So on CapCut, it's like, it's real easy. You can like cut in, cut out, and it's just so easy. No, like the keynotes on like DaVinci or Adobe just confuse the shit out of me.
Yeah.
So it's really easy on CapCut. So now, bro, as I'm editing, I can feel how viral it will go. I literally can feel it. It's in my bones now. On Instagram, on YouTube or TikTok, or I don't know. I know Instagram. Like, as I'm editing, I know what will go viral. So like, which ones will go viral? If hot girls come in my car and they're one hitting on me or talking about anything vulgar or anything of that nature, like, done deal.
So we're only driving at nights now.
Oh yeah, I only. If you're in Tampa or St. Pete and you're trying to get picked up by me, it's only going to be Friday and Saturday night.
Yeah.
And it's only going to be around downtowns.
Yeah.
Like, it's just it. And and it's cool. I like on Lyft, it shows the name. Yeah. So if it's a girl, you know, I want to pick up girls. It's better content. Someone messaged me the other day, like, why do you only post stuff about girls? I'm like, better content. Unless the guys are funny.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't have too many funny guys coming in the car.
Yeah, I mean, like, that kind of goes, like, back where I'm like, if I would put it in a box, and I kind of want to speak on the YouTube thing, too, but if I would put it in a box, it's, like, fun dating content, you know? And it's, like, it's very engaging. It's about you vibing with some girls, you know, and just they say some funny stuff, you say some funny stuff, and there's, like, that, you know, that electricity in the air, and it's like, okay, what's going on here, you know?
So Rizzology.
Rizzology.
Shout out to Lexi. The second post I did, you know, I always try to make it like set and setting. The car smelled good.
Yeah.
And they were like, they got in the car and they're like, ooh, it smells good. I was like, ooh, what does it smell like? And she goes, it smells like sexy Uber. Like, how beautiful, how dope was that? Shout out to you, Lexi. Thanks for helping me get my stuff.
Love it.
Love you, Lexi.
Yeah. So, but that kind of also goes like back to the YouTube, and I think like you did like the long videos, but you did them horizontal instead of vertical. So YouTube right now is penalizing people if you post long content that is vertical instead of horizontal, and all your videos that are long are like horizontal. So it's like one of those things.
So wait, you said YouTube is now promoting more vertical videos on their main video page?
Yeah, so if you have everything that is short will be mostly consumed on the phone, and that should be like horizontal.
Yeah.
Vertical. Yeah, sorry, it is those words, you know.
Yeah.
And then you did like the long content, but you did them vertical. And I'm like, damn, that would be the...
How long are we? What do you mean?
Anything like longer than 30 or a minute, anything longer than that should be like...
Should be horizontal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is the only thing where I'm like, yeah, if you would change that would change the game a little bit already.
I know. And I'm very disappointed because I spend 7 or 8 hours of video for the vertical.
Yeah.
And I can't change it to horizontal now. It won't work.
Yeah.
It's blurred.
The quality is gone and yada yada.
Everything is gone. So like, yeah, it sucks. Like, yeah, whatever. I built a nice following on Instagram and it's cool.
Yeah.
But I honestly, if I was going to go back to it and you're creating content, I would focus on YouTube before everything.
Yeah.
But it's going to pay you money.
Yeah. So, but what is actually your workflow right now? Like, what did you have and how did you make it happen? That is like kind of the things like when you get started, like how did you get started? What did hold you back and what's your setup like?
Yeah, I was shooting on my iPhone 14 Pro Max. It was my only phone.
Okay.
And I ran into storage issues, and I was like, immediately. I was like, oh shit, what do I do? Like, I bought a GoPro, and like that didn't work in my car. Though, like, it didn't fit. Anywho, I bought another iPhone 14 Pro Max with a terabyte.
Damn.
So now,
that kind of works.
Yeah, and then a little Rode attached mic.
Yeah.
And that's been the setup in the car the whole entire time. So it's not like mics in the back of the car. It's just the quality comes out fine.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes people like they're like, I need this and I need that, and
they're getting in their own way. Everyone fucking does that, man. And sorry, is it cool to cuss?
Whatever.
Okay. I like cussing.
Feel free.
Everyone does that about everything. It's like, oh, I want to do this, but this and this. It's like, you're just you're getting in your way about everything. Like, and everyone does it about everything. Like, we're talking about content creation. Like, oh, you haven't started because you don't have the right camera, or you don't know how to do the subtitles, or you don't know how to edit.
Yeah.
You just learn these things by doing it. And it is, man, it took a lot out of me. Like, it was, you have to just really love yourself and believe in yourself and give yourself patience.
Yeah.
Patience is a big word.
Yeah.
You got to be patient when you're learning something new. You're a kid in the game. And like, I'm like telling you this, I'm like reiterating in my own mind. Like, I'm like, please be patient with yourself. Like, I'm not going to lie. I've had some financial issues recently. I hadn't sold too many deals and I finally got a couple more. Thank God.
Yeah. It should pop now with like the social media and everything, they're like, okay, you should pitch it on the ride.
I guess I should put some content out on it. Like, why not? Like, why not? Maybe I'll pull some clips from this podcast and put it on.
Yeah, feel free.
And what I can do to help people all across I can help people go solar all across the United States. And also anyone listening, and you as yourself, like, if anyone gives me a lead to go solar in the United States, I will break you off 50-50. And I make anywhere from $3,000 to about $5,000 to $6,000 a house.
That's wild. So
I will give you 50% of the deal if you give me a lead.
Damn. So this is kind of like crazy because like how does that work? Because like if you get solar, like who's paying, how much is it? What are like the numbers? Because I feel like everybody gets the people knocking the door and you don't want to answer because you don't want to deal with like talking to a guy who's trying to like, hey, this is good for you. And like there's a lot of things that are good for us we don't do. Yeah. So what is like, do they pay for it? What is like the breakdown? Like give us a spiel.
Let's take St. Petersburg, Florida.
Yeah.
Who is your electricity company?
I have no idea.
Duke.
Oh yeah, Duke.
Duke is your power company. So when will you pay off your Duke bill?
Never, basically, but
never.
Yeah.
It's a bill that only goes up around 3 to 5% every year. You're never going to pay it off. It's only going to go up. It's a for-profit company.
Yeah.
So when you first moved in this house, why did you decide to pick Duke as your electricity company?
We didn't.
You don't have a choice.
Exactly.
This is your first choice. As a consumer, as a homeowner, this is your first...
I love the pitch so far.
It's your first choice. This is the first time in history you have a choice, in Florida at least, because it's deregulated in other places. You have a choice. So it's not whether you should go solar or not go solar. It's you should either finance solar or lease a solar system.
Yeah.
Both will be better financially for you to go solar. And we can go over the numbers. The numbers, if you're a numbers guy, people that like love numbers, it's a no-brainer. But again, people don't go solar because they think... there's two reasons why people don't go solar. Lack of information or it's too good to be true. It's the only two reasons.
Yeah.
Or it's I have to get my solar bill. Oh, I have to get my electricity bill and I have to send it to you. It's a little bit of effort. It's like an hour's worth of effort.
Can I give you what I would think right now?
Yeah, please.
I would be like, in Germany, solar is very common and it's a big thing. Like anywhere in Germany, there's solar. We have more solar panels on the roofs than the US combined everywhere. It's crazy. You go in the countryside, the farmhouse has solar everywhere. You drive with a bus around, they have it, and it's like the buildings are like 200 years old, and here's no building that old. It's just like, it makes a lot of sense. I was an electrician, so I'm like, I could install them. I could do anything with it. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm very knowledgeable about it. And I'm just like, okay, solar is popping right now. So what does those companies do? Do they sell it to the customer, with an upcharge, like several $1,000s where the profits comes from? Or is it like you rent it from them and they install it on your roof? What is the business model behind it? Because I'm so curious, because they're making bank. If you want to make bank, you work for a solar company. Like if you become good at sales, dang, I'm like, I was shooting events, there was midget throwings, and you haven't seen it. There were crazy parties for other solar companies. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And if you don't want to learn how to sell solar or learn about the product, just partner with someone who does, like myself, where you can just be a lead gen.
Yeah.
Not many people will give you 50% of a deal for just bringing them a deal. And I can teach you as well. Anyone that's listening to this podcast, if they want to learn how to sell solar or about solar, feel free to contact me anytime.
Yeah. Or can I not even talk about that? I don't know. With the who owns the solar thing.
Yeah. So
what is the concept about?
There's two different ways of getting solar. You either finance a system or you lease a system.
I got you.
So I like doing the leases right now because interest rates are so high.
Yeah.
And let's say your bill is $200 a month on average this month.
Yeah.
We'll just say on
St.
average.
Pete.
Okay. Yeah. You're in St. Pete. You have 2,000 square foot home. Anyhow, whatever. $200. I can get you a solar lease payment for around probably $160.
Okay.
So cool. $40 a month. Great.
Saved.
Yeah,
stays the same.
How much is that times 12? I don't know. I'm shit with numbers when I need to calculate. But that's great. So whatever. $500 a month of savings year one.
Yeah.
We'll say. Year 2, it amplifies. Year 3, it amplifies. Year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7. You know why? Because your neighbor's bill has gone up 5%. Excuse me.
No worries.
Wow. So year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, it amplifies, right?
Yeah.
Your neighbor's bill has gone up in 5 years around 50%. Your bill has stayed the same at $160. No out of pocket. No installation charge.
Yeah.
No maintenance. No nothing. It's just you're scot-free. You just start saving money and you don't have to buy anything.
Yeah.
You don't have to take out a loan. So it's like you're going to use electricity in your home. So why not just, if you don't want to take out it's better financially to take out a loan.
Yeah.
Right? But if you still want to save money and utilize the sun, and we haven't even got into the environmental aspect, like God gave us this sun.
Yeah.
We can put something on our roof to utilize it.
I hear like so many conspiracy theories. It's kind of crazy when you come up like Ohio countryside. People are like, this is like taking the energy from the sun away. I'm just like, what? People.
How about the ones that say it's harming the earth more to build the solar panels than to burn coal far away and transfer it through power lines hundreds of miles away? You can't tell me that. There's no way.
Yeah. People, like, they always find something to complain or like weird conspiracies or whatever. But I'm like, in Germany, we say like, it's like, I think 6 to 7 years till it pays off for itself. That's like usually the rule.
It is around that.
Yeah.
If you take out a loan,
yeah.
But I mean, it's a loan too. You're not really paying for it. I mean, I guess you are. Your debt to income's going down. It makes sense. So yeah, it's around 6, and it's different for every house. If you have a large house and your bill's like $400 or $500,
yeah,
I can save you half. You can save half right away. If your bill's $500, we can save you $200. You can start paying $250 for your bill.
What I feel like is like completely underrated here in Florida, because we get hurricanes, we get the whole 9 yards, and you know how often the power is gone from Duke.
How often?
Often. It's like it's like once a month sometimes. Like at least in my neighborhood, it's like, oh, something happened. Somebody drove in a transistor or whatever, and boof, and you're like, okay, there goes the AC. You know how shitty Florida is without AC?
Oh, in the summer, I could only imagine.
Yeah.
Solar protects you from that.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes so much financial sense, environmental sense.
Yeah.
It's hard to get people to look past their shoes sometimes. And like I gotta go in debt $30,000, and well, how much are you gonna pay in your electricity bill over the life of your home?
True.
And it's fully transferable. You get solar on your house, you lease it or you finance it.
Yeah.
If you sell your home, You just transfer it to the new person, and they say thank you because you sold your home 5 years later, and their neighbors' bills have gone up so much, and yours didn't. So it's saving them money.
Can you take it with you? Theoretically, I mean, like,
theoretically, if you bought it, yeah, you can.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Enough about solar.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I don't say sorry. Thank you so much. I haven't talked about it a lot, and I appreciate you asking about this.
I mean, like, links below, Fitz gets affiliate.
No, Fitz will definitely get benefit from this.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, Fitz is gonna get tagged in the reels and anything that does come from it. No, bro, I'm telling you, like, I am a man of my word, and anything that like pours into me with knowledge or time on air or anything like this, dude, like, man, I'm so brand new in this, dude. Come on, like, I'm just started.
I'm just joking. I'm just like, it's all good shit. I'm not. You're a good guy. I love that. Yeah, with that being said, like, we talk now about solar, door knocking, the sales, and doing that content thing. Like, I'm really curious, like, what other types of content you want to make, because like you said, why one guy was asking you why you don't drive with guys, and I feel like there could be like, hey, my wife broke up with me. There could be like some banger stories, like relationship too. So I think like being open for that, and maybe just like, okay, you're drilling for the right questions, because like guys will be not as smooth and open, but they will be like, okay, they will still vibe with you, but maybe you get the good different topics covered, like, hey, what was your worst financial decision, stuff like that. I think that would be so banger.
Dude, thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, I really appreciate you saying that because it helps me think differently. I have to start driving during the day, like on Saturdays, because with the lighting, it's better for the
iPhone.
Yeah, well, and in the iPhone, it's better for virality too. People like bright videos. Yeah. So if they're gonna watch a darker video, they tend to like want girls. But you're right. I am gonna be open to it in the future to drive more men. But sometimes I don't have a choice. Sometimes I don't have a choice. Okay, it is what it is. You get what you get in Uber and Lyft. So.
Yeah. Have you driven Uber in the past? Because like
long time.
Long time?
Yeah.
So how has it changed? Because like I hear like people are saying like it was really, really good in the beginning, and you could make like a band or two in like in a week. I think it was like $600, $700, $800 if you would really drive, and apparently like something happened and it's got too competitive with Lyft and whatever, and everything got slashed, and it's like, I don't know, how would you describe like Uber right now? Because I think this is an interesting thing. Like, is this a job to pick up right now?
Yes, it was. Yes. It make, you can work when you want. That's the coolest thing. I think you are making less than before. They take like 70% of the ride. Ooh. So if your ride is $10, I'm making $3. It's like 9 to 3. It's really shitty. And same with Lyft. And I think there might be even market share for a third to come in the future because the splits are unbelievable. But I mean, if you can make 20 an hour. If you work the right times and you put in like 30, 40 hours a week, you can do that. I only do Friday and Saturday nights.
You know what I want to do right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Every time when I drive in an Uber, I'm like, I have my questions, because like I like driving with an Uber driver, and I'm like, okay, I like what their stories are because they got good stories and they not always tell them, and it's like, I usually ask like, oh yeah, how many rides did you do? Blah, blah, blah. So what is your worst experience?
What is my worst experience?
Yeah.
I would say something along the lines like derogatory stuff, like things that people are saying to me, and definitely, a couple of people throwing up in my car.
So the classic.
Yeah, the classic throw up, the classic like outrageous, just saying slur words, just like racist people.
Yeah, no, I don't like that. But how about like the craziest? I usually go like, what are the extreme crazy stuff? And I'm like, I love hearing like, okay, what's your best Uber?
Okay, I gotta tell this story because it just happened. The craziest time was this past weekend. This girl gets in my car. Oh my God, shout out to Rachel. Rachel from Friends. No, not her, but her name was Rachel, and she was wild. She was super wild, and I was debating back and forth if I should put it out on the internet.
Yeah.
And I still am, but I think I will. But I'll share it here. Why not?
Yeah.
The things that she was saying was really outrageous, and we were talking back and forth, and she talked about, she's like, I haven't masturbated in a year, and I'm like, wait, why haven't you masturbated in a year? And she's like, my father died. I'm like, dang, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I don't want him watching from heaven, watching me masturbate. And I started cracking up. What the fuck? I was like, it was sad. It was very sad at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah.
But there were so many other parts of that ride. Like, she got over the back and climbed into the front. She like hit me in my chest. Sorry if they didn't mess that up.
It's all good.
She was saying outrageous things.
I assume she was drunk.
She was a little bit tipsy.
Yeah, so it's maybe not in the best interest to not blur her face.
Oh, yeah, no, I asked her. Actually, the reason it can be posted is I said, she was like, if you buy me McDonald's, you can post it.
That's the deal. Get me the nuggets, you can post it.
And the funnier part is I didn't even buy them. She bought them.
Shit, this is wild.
Like, bro, it was a wild time. But, mostly it's good vibes. It's good content. It's good. It's good banter. It's mostly good vibes.
Yeah, it's also like, it's kind of entertaining too. Like it's entertainment content that you're doing. It's like, it's not really educational, but it could be if you're like, interview the right things, with the right questions, and like, okay, what did you learn, and all those things, takeaways. But in the end, it's entertainment, and the more outrageous it is, the more viral it will get. But you also run risk of being banned, especially by.
Could I get banned for that story, do you think?
What did she do? Did she do it?
Did she masturbate? No. But that I was just hearing her say that.
Some things like get flagged by YouTube. There's like a YouTube channel they were running like an experiment, and they uploaded videos where they said words and displayed words, just regular words like apple or, and basically they made an Excel spreadsheet with all the words that are banned by Google, and they cannot, YouTube cannot basically announce them because then you can adapt to it. So that's basically, there's an invisible wall of like, hey, we cannot tell you that we prevent certain things, because like then the bad actors will just navigate it, and change words and say it in a different way. So they cannot make a public statement, but there's like a ton of words that are banned, and that is one of them. So you would have a hard time getting reach with that video because of that. And there's like, I can send you the video. It's kind of like mind-boggling. And there's like videos are rated for adult or everybody, so whenever you get rated, it's like kind of bad, because then there's like, your content is risky, but it's also like, it's very interesting. So it's like, it's a trade, how much risk you want to take, and how viral you want to go.
Yeah Well, I definitely, if something's on the fence, I'm gonna send it your way, and you get your
you should see the video. It's just good to know what's going on behind the scenes,
Definitely will. But yeah, a lot of crazy times in the car, man.
Yeah,
but mostly good vibrations.
I love it.
Mostly positive.
Yeah. So how many rides did you have recorded right now? Like,
man, I've got hours and hours and hours of content, and I've only been doing it since October.
Yeah.
So I mean, and I've been.
How many videos did you upload? I think
on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram and YouTube. I did not see too many rides. Like I saw like maybe 4, 5 separate rides, but differently edited.
No, like 29.
29.
Yeah. 28.
28?
Yeah. Like minute and a half on Instagram Reels. Is that what you mean?
I'm not talking about like separate videos. I saw like the Rizz girls, the Latino girls.
YouTube videos.
Yeah,
like actual on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, not too many. Only like
but you have a ton of Reels basically of different episodes. I got you.
Yeah, and a lot of shorts. Yeah. But I'm close to monetization on YouTube now.
That's what's
I'm
up.
only 1,000 hours away. So like a couple more videos and should be able to get there.
Yeah, so the cool thing about YouTube is like, you could also like theoretically go live and stream, like your rides with an iPhone. I don't know how you feel about that, but on YouTube
as what?
Yep.
YouTube Live counts as...
Here comes the game-breaking...
Bro, I wish this was on YouTube Live. Sorry, Instagram.
but I want to be honest here, because like, it gets even better. If you make a YouTube Live, it will be searchable afterwards. So when you type into like Limi Rides, whatever, you can change the name. You can edit it in the YouTube editor on the desktop, and basically they have like a browser editor where you can edit your live stream.
And you have to post it on your video section?
You don't have to post it. It makes it automatically for you. It's like, okay, the stream becomes like a long-term video.
Oh, it comes on your page.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can upload a thumbnail, write a description, do the SEO, do the whole 9 yards. And if you go in the YouTube app on the phone, you can take a little snippet out of that long video and make it a reel.
Wait, how do you make it a reel from the YouTube?
They have in the app, they have a button for it where you can just make it a reel. So when you
can timestamp it?
Yeah, you just scroll to the time, and then that becomes a reel.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's a game changer.
It is a game changer. People don't know. That's my one live stream that I did, I made a long video, and basically like, okay, with the long video, I'm educating people on how to use this battery with this light, and talked about it. Was great, was a live stream, counted the hours, then I cut the segments that I didn't like, cut them out in the YouTube editor. Then I made Reels for it because the Reels link back to the YouTube video, and it feeds in a circle. So you can make a really cool like system of like one live stream becomes one YouTube video, becomes like 5 Reels, and so on. And sometimes you can even make out of one video 2 separate videos, depending. It's a little bit buggy right now because you can save the video as a new video, and then you can save it again as a new different video. So you can, the beginning becomes a new video, and then the second part of the video becomes a new video, and you still have the whole live stream up, and you have the 2 other videos up, and then if you cut Reels out of them, you get Reels out as well. It's crazy. YouTube is game.
I'm so happy and mad at the same time. Thank you for sharing that information, and I wish I would have been posting this on live.
Well, you didn't ask.
So next time for sure, bro. We gotta have many of these.
Yeah, I got you, my man. But let's talk a little bit about like your podcast. So what's the vision with that? Because not what is the vision. So what's the game plan so far? Because like I know you want to help people, but what are the next couple steps? What is like you think you need and want to do, and what would be good to do?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for asking that question. I think the this month coming up, I'm going to really focus on solar. So it's going to be pushed out kind of slowly.
Gotcha.
As far as like who I want to bring on a podcast, I think I want to bring on anyone that inspires me, anyone that's funny, anyone provides value. I don't, maybe it's going to hurt me in the long run not to niche down.
Yeah, that's kind of my first thought that I had. I'm like, oh, you have that thing that works, and you're already like getting distracted and doing the thing that's like, I want to do everything because like, I'm the G, but you would be a bigger G if you just do the one boring thing that you're already doing, just more.
So on YouTube, you think I should just be posting the Uber rides, not anything else?
So personally, I think like you should do the full recordings, maybe the best ride, like if it's girls riding first 1 or 2 maybe, and have them all separate, and just the full ride horizontal.
Full ride. I'm sorry.
Some people love that.
Well, the Uber drivers that I looked at on their YouTube, what they do for all these views, and they're getting lots of them, millions of views. They do little snippets of each ride in a whole video. And that's because people's attention spans are so low.
It's true.
It's like a squirrel. And I posted some videos like of the whole rides, and they're doing okay, but they're not.
I think it's because you have the vertical.
No, you just saw that in the last 2. The
gotcha.
Previous ones are all horizontal.
Yeah.
I just wanted to do those 2 because I want the 4,000 watch hours.
I gotcha.
Dude, a poor connection. That's weird.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good.
Apparently, the internet is on the budget.
It literally went away too. It's so weird.
I'm sorry.
It just went away. You can't even upload it now. It's weird.
That sucks.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
Wait, I would really want to talk about, what exactly were we talking about? So the last 2 videos are vertical, but the all previous ones are horizontal, the normal way. And I just wanted to get the 4,000 watch hours. That's why.
I mean, like, you're right. It makes sense to make it like snippets. Like, it's kind of like the Joe Rogan thing, where Joe Rogan has the whole podcast on one channel, and then there's Joe Rogan Clips YouTube channel. And when you do the clips with the 5-minute segments, where it's like the juicy parts, you could also upload the reels, because like 30-second content is closer to 5-minute content, where the other channel should be like, oh, this is the whole ride, and then
2 separate accounts.
Yeah, basically, because it's better. I saw people posting stuff, and they're posting like a ton of reels basically, and then they're getting 5-9 notifications out on the people, and they're like, they don't watch the videos because like now you uploaded a long video and there's so many reels, and they subscribe for reels, but they don't watch like this type of stuff. They only watch this type of stuff when they're on the Thing app, Oh,
thank you so much. So I'm confusing people.
So it's basically they maybe change it, that they make the recommendations when they watch horizontal videos, but right now it's broken. Like YouTube did a bad job with like recommending the right content.
Yeah, do you know this guy Calvin Grimes?
I don't. What does he do? He
goes into grocery stores and pretends he has cramps, and like he makes sure that people have like grapes in their cart.
Grapes?
Like, grapes. So
okay.
He's like pretending. He's like, oh, I need some sugar. Like, oh, can I get a grape? And he makes people feed him grapes. It's the funniest thing. And he also
makes them commit the crime.
It's hilarious. And then he gets people to try on like wigs. Anywho, the reason I posted those vertical videos is, 1, the watch hours, but I saw him do it.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of views on the vertical videos, but I think he's really famous. So it's
I mean, like, I think the internet is kind of split on that one, because like Mr. Beast said, like you should not, break the trust with your viewer, because like they subscribe to the channel to a certain thing. So it's like, unless you can guarantee like it's always a banger, but it's like, you know, sometimes a long video sucks, you know, and it's like, I don't know, like what I heard and saw, that is my stance right now. I'm willing to adapt if things change.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think that's smart. I think I'm gonna keep the Ride with Limi page like short compilations and short rides, and do all my other passion projects on a different channel. I just recently,
because you can have many, it doesn't really matter, you know.
Yeah, I posted my recent podcast on my main channel like literally yesterday. Yeah, and it has nothing to do with, you know, had nothing to do with Uber rides and nothing to do with the funny stuff that people are coming to my page for.
Yeah, so the goal is that, I mean, you can do it though, because like on the one side it's like it's funny stuff, but also that shows the different side, because in the end they connect to you, you know, like the viewer will start to like and love you, you know, and then they're connected to you, and then they want to know more about you, you know, and then there's like different types of content from, you know, Limi, and it's like, yeah.
Now you just got me to go both ways now.
I know.
I'm really confused.
Isn't the internet confusing?
Bro, you're telling me to short ones, you're telling me to post the long rides. Like,
you just need more accounts.
Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll just stick with the one right now and see what, throw shit on the wall and see what. You've ever heard that saying before?
It's a good one.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna try that first. But thank you so much, the YouTube thing, dude. Like,
yeah, no worries.
No one even knows that.
I mean, like, it's new. Like,
counting towards the 4,000 watch hours is new for the live streams.
No, I mean, like, the feature with like cutting the reels, that is new. That
the watch's always been there for the lives.
Yeah, but back in the day, like I don't have my 4,000 hours. I'm also like at that same spot where you are, but I got my paycheck from YouTube already, because back in the day you only needed like 100,000 views, and then 100,000 views is like $100 around.
Oh, they just counted the views.
Gotcha. Yeah. So basically, they run ads and you get money. Then they changed it. They changed it when I went like, oh, I made with one video $5. I'm like, let's go, you know. And I'm like super hype. And then I'm like, okay, got my first couple bucks, you know, got paid by YouTube. Let's go, balling. Yeah, and then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, you need 4,000 watch hours and you need now this. And I'm like,
dang.
Yeah.
And that's the channel does it have this podcast of people on it?
No, I have multiple channels. So I'm like, my podcast is kind of weird, because like I'm experimenting with it, because it's like it's a really good tool for networking and learning, you know, because like when you talk, I learn from you. When I talk, you learn from me, and that's what I'm all about. It's like, you know, I want to learn and then, you know, share with the viewer. So that's why I'm like, all my questions are things that I'm genuine interested about. So that's why I don't really need like a lot of preparation, because like I want to know what is actually working for you, what is popping, you know.
So your time right now, you're doing some, you know, you edit. Is there anything else that you do for Moolah, if you don't mind me asking?
Working with clients.
Working with clients, like helping them get set up for their podcasts?
Basically, I do, let's say, a wedding. I shoot a wedding for them. I do anything video related. I did also OnlyFans. So I'm like basically helping them filming like their performance. Not like the sexual stuff, but apparently on OF, there's a OF TV, and that is safe for work. So it's not scary stuff for you guys out there. But it's basically them pretending to be a scientist. And then they're just like making scientist content. And then they're just like trying to promote on their fake YouTube their other thing. So it's like I kind of do the safe for work content for them sometimes. I do podcasts, I do reviews, I do anything video related. If you need a live stream, if you need, I can take it to the next level usually.
When I asked about that live stream to someone, they said, yeah, $1,000. I said, bro, get out of here.
This is like the weird thing, like, because on the one side, like, you cannot maintain $1,000, you know. It makes sense for big companies when they have a big event and they're like, okay, we need sponsors, and we invite 1,000 people, you know, we have people speaking, and then the corporate videographer comes in, and for $1,000 I do it, and that's cheap then, you know, because they maybe make $100,000 or $50,000, whatever, you know, and having that live will grow them. But there's a difference between like a small creator who can do it himself and it doesn't make any money, you know, because like it's just like grinding and building something, but it's like you cannot build for everybody their dream, because you're limited with your time in a way.
Yeah, and that's why I think me and you will do well, because if you believe in me.
Oh, here we go. Give me the pitch.
ABC, bro. Always be closing.
Always be closing.
Yeah, dude. I think if I want to find someone that believes in me.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's big because like it has potential, like 100%. I'm like, I can make money, like quickly, but it always takes time. Like if you write, like let's say you're a small channel and you want to make $1,000, or 2,000 or 3,000, it's doable even if you don't have 1,000 subscribers, but you have to email 100 companies and pitch them with like your videos and the things you could do for them, and most of them go in the spam filter. Most of them will be not read, and some of them will be read but not responded to, and that is like, that is that grind that you have to put in. What is doable, and the bigger the channel, the more effective it becomes. If you have a bigger following, it's like, okay, you email somebody, I'm like, so yeah, we could make some money with that, because that the risk is not anymore there of like, it will not get any views.
So, but like these advertisers and these products and services, like, do I have to like, okay, so a company was going to give me $1,000 per million views on Instagram to promote their product. They wanted 10 to 15 seconds in the film,
and it will kill it too.
In the reel, like it will kill it. They'll kill it for sure. The only thing I was thinking is maybe like the last 10 or 15 seconds.
Yeah, but the problem is like the virality goes from like how much percentage did they watch. 15 seconds is a long big percentage of 1 minute. Nobody is giving a damn crap. It's like, okay, drop, swipe, it's gone.
That's what people don't realize in the content game. It's more important than comments, than saves, than likes, than shares on stories is the watch time. It's the number one thing that they look for. They want people to stay on the app and watch it. So, yeah, and you can look at your analytics and see when the drop-off is.
Yeah. So how big are you on that data? Let's dive a little bit into that, because I'm very curious.
Yeah, it's all men.
Yeah.
All men are on my channel, 18 to 35, all men.
Happens.
It's because of the content, the cute girls and the banter. It's now it's like, okay, this is what they're expecting. So it's like, okay, I'm going to try to get girls. But yeah, mainly in the US, 18 to 35. Men, 90%.
I already have like some good ideas for sponsors and things that I would reach out for. That target demographic is like, okay, they need men's products, cologne, talking about smelling. You hit up somebody and like, hey, I got a channel and all the girls are complimenting me how the car smells, and it's just like, that product placement, that would be a banger. But obviously it has to be good, you cannot just say like, oh yeah, it's this, and it doesn't smell good, it's a bad product or too expensive or not, but this is like a thing that you could do, and that's like writing those 100 emails, and maybe it's even less, and then it's natural, first 5 seconds, oh, what smells that, that's already like in that.
I felt like, though, once I get big enough, won't companies come to me?
They do and they don't at the same time. Like that energy company, it doesn't hurt them, to get you a couple bucks and then get an ad, but it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm definitely being selective, and so many people ask me what's the scent in your car. I get so many.
Yeah, what is the scent? What are you doing?
Essential oils.
So you just put in essential oils on there?
Lemongrass, some lavender.
So a homemade?
No, I'm about to say it. I'm not going to get paid for it.
That's the right mindset. You could enter that, and this could be
and this could be your product in my video. We can all make money.
Yeah, another way to monetize would be to make your own essential oil and just like sell it on Etsy and just like, have a link down below, and they can just rub it everywhere.
And you just gave me like million of hours more work to do.
Oh, I can go on, my dude. I can go on for days. I can go
to make money.
Yeah. I'm like I said, all I'm doing is like, how can I make money with the internet? I have my own product. If you see there's a lens holder.
What are those?
Lens holders. Like you basically can put your lens on it. It's a display so that they stand on an angle. When they're upright, they stand more stable. But I had to quickly clean the table so I didn't display my lenses. But if you put them on an angle, then they look pretty and you see the shiny glass. But you usually don't see it. Now you don't see the glass. But if I put them in the lens stand, and I have an Etsy shop, and when I do a lens review, then like, guess what? There's an ad for my Etsy shop, and guess what? I get paid for the Amazon affiliate, and guess what? Soon to be the ads, and so it is like 4 things feeding into the one thing,
You guys should see how many fucking lenses this guy has. It's like a camera shop.
Yeah, but basically that's what I'm all about, like I love the ideas, but I'm like, you need to have like, your thing dialed in, and you have to have a ton of content. And I think like you're there, you know, like you just need more videos, and then like, okay, change a couple little things, you know, like the essential oil maybe would be a banger add-on, you know, have that as our own product, you know, link below. You know, you could blend it in. You don't even have to say it in the video. No watch time lost, you know, super organic.
Yeah, I just have to figure out where to buy it in bulk. Yeah.
Oh, you could make it yourself, you know.
Yeah, but I want good shit. That's another thing. Like, I don't want just cheap products. Like, I never want to give. Yeah, dude, I never.
I love it. That's what it's all about. You cannot, you know, after you ruin your name, it's ruined. You know, so that's the most important thing, my dude.
I do have mushroom beanies if anyone wants to support my channel.
Mushroom beanies?
Yeah, I've mushroom beanies. I bought a whole bunch.
Yeah, I love it. So that's the first product you're launching?
Yeah, well, I had it. Like, it is what it is. I'm big into mushrooms and microdosing. Yeah. Really big into it.
I love it.
Yeah, if you ever ask questions off the podcast, let me.
Yeah, so with that being said, like what else is on your mind? Like, because like we can go down that money route and like how to make money with it, and I don't know, it's maybe not like really the sexy, interesting talk for everybody, but yeah.
I'm just super excited to start working together with you. And I know you're real busy in the beginning and first January, but I hope you have an open mind to maybe working
I'm game.
Small bits and pieces here and there.
I would be. I'm like definitely interested. I'm like,
yeah. Because I feel like we can really grow together. Like, I really think we do, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you have so much experience, and I've got the personality.
Yeah.
So it's like us together could be like magic, bro.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, with that being said, like, where can people find you? To give a little shout out to the channels, because we did not really talk about that. Have you ever introduced yourself?
No, this is all just new. It's RidewithLimi, RidewithLimi, on all the social networks, on X, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram.
I love it.
All Ride with Limi.
Yeah. Do you post all the content everywhere? Like when you post, so you do all the platforms?
Yeah, I do all the platforms. Yeah, well, for some reason, Snapchat just keeps not letting me upload. I heard people are making good money on Snapchat.
Yeah, I was like experimenting with it. I just got into it because like I have like when I cut reels, you know, when I do podcasts, I sometimes make a couple reels when I have time, you know, and I'm like, okay, put it up and see how it performs. But it's like you can upload it to Spotify, no, what's it called? Snapchat Spotlight. Yeah,
Spotlight. My things keep getting. It's like it's not accepted. So
too long, maybe. What is the length? What is your target?
Minute and a half. It's all short. It's all. Really
I think it needs to be like less than a minute. I think.
Oh, less than a minute.
Yeah, usually the rule is like for reels and short form content, less than a minute. And now they're slowly adapting, 1 to 2 minutes, you know, and not all platforms do it. YouTube is like OG. Like, I think like YouTube is completely undervalued. I'm like...
YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to make the most amount of money too.
Yeah.
Like, if you're new in the content game, focus on YouTube. Then everything else will flow from that.
Yeah, so with that being said, I think we kind of should close it up.
I mean, how long have we been talking for?
Over an hour. Well, unless you got more. What else is popping? Like, give it to me.
I'm an unlimited machine, bro. And if you want to talk to me and we want to talk about anything, like what can we talk about? Like, what do you want to talk about? You asked me a lot of questions. I should have.
No. I actually like that you also go back and forth, because usually guests, they only want to answer questions, you know. But having the back and forth is kind of interesting, because usually people don't know anything about me because I'm always talking about them.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And when people come on my podcast, in my car, wherever I do it, I want it to be a conversation. Like, this is not just to highlight you.
Yeah.
This is to highlight both of us and what we know and how we can collab and what we can talk about to help people.
So let's go actually into the thing that we mentioned, because like the first thing that we did was like we talked too much before the podcast, and now it's kind of awkward talking about it, but it's not really awkward. It's just like, you know, a rough segue into like you German as well.
Yes.
Can you explain?
I was born in Leverkusen, Germany.
Yeah.
My dad was a professional basketball player.
Huh.
Played for the Boston Celtics, and then hurt his knee, traveled overseas, and had me and my brothers in Leverkusen, Germany. So we're all dual citizens.
Me too.
Yeah, dope.
Let's go.
Heck yeah. Sad that UK came away because I really wanted to go travel. Whatever. Well, that's another topic for another day. Yeah, came back to Tampa, Florida, and raised his children there. Yeah. So, basketball is a big part of my family. big part of myself.
Damn. Okay. So you're playing ball? Gotcha.
Yeah. I was pretty good. I liked partying and girls a little bit more when I was younger, and that's
how it comes.
That's what stunted my growth, dude. Like,
just switched up the balls.
Yeah, that's funny. But for you, like, you were born in Germany, obviously. When did you come to the States?
I think it was 2014. Like, yeah.
And you're married.
Yeah. So it's kind of my marriage thing is like kind of weird story because like I basically got kicked out of, not really kicked out, but I wanted to move out of the house from my father because like of the whole like can't have girls over, you know. That didn't fly with me because I'm in a new country. I have no friends, no anything. The only thing how I could connect with people was like going on the app and swipe.
Tinder?
Yeah. I basically did the whole dating thing, not to get laid, but to like talk to people, meet people, make friends, you know. And it kind of worked out, you know. I met some people, and then after I think like 2 months or so in the US, I basically got snatched off the market and found a girl and dated her for like 7.5 years or so, and then I got married with her. And then after 1 year marriage, she had a terrible accident, hit her head because of a bicycle, and TBI, lost hearing on one side. And so now this is now the year where it's like, okay, everything is super rough for Fitz, and I'm just like, okay, we got to grind it out, you know. And I just got lucky with good clients, you know, and that's basically my story with her. And but I'm
so sorry to hear that.
That's all good.
How is she doing right now?
Yeah, she's doing good. So she's back working, you know, but she lost hearing on one side, what is like a big impact.
How was the accident? You said it was a bike?
Yeah. So she went down. There's a bridge here on 34th.
Yeah.
You know, the bike, and you can bike over it, and she biked down and then hit her head on the concrete.
Going too fast, and she like ran over something?
It was night. It was dark. There was stuff on the floor, you know, stuff like that. So she hit her head, and she was like in a coma and like brain bleeding or whatever, and she was like a little child for a couple months, and then she grew up, you know, and it was like now she's back to normal.
She remembered you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it's kind of crazy story.
It's crazy. It's like a movie.
Yeah. Well, the worst part was like I was supposed to edit a wedding with her, like shoot a wedding with her on the day after that happened. So at 11 at night, she had that accident. I figured out at like 12, and like I obviously didn't go to bed, hanged out at the hospital till like 3, and then the next morning would have to drive to Sarasota, shoot a wedding, and like I couldn't do it obviously, so I'm like, okay, I gotta find somebody. Found somebody last minute to send over there, and then all the drama happened. Like I was editing somebody's best day while I had the worst time of my life. So I'm sitting with the laptop next to my wife in the hospital, you know, in the bed. I'm just editing a wedding where I'm a year ago.
Oh, so she's doing much better now.
Yeah, much better. Other people would still drool, like they would be not able to do anything. So doctors are surprised how well she's doing.
Thank God. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank God.
But she's struggling with depression and all that stuff too.
Other things that come from the injury.
No, beforehand, but everything becomes amplified because your brain reconnects everything. When it gets reconnected, you know, it becomes stronger. So it's like everything becomes more vivid, you know, the good and the bad things. So that is like them bad.
Does she do the videography, and is that what she does for a profession as well?
Yeah, she was an architect, you know, but now she's like helping me out, and she's got a different job where she has less stress because like having stress is like, you know, when she worked with me, it was the right pace because I could say like, do a little bit of that, you know, and then it's good, you know, and I take the slack, you know. But companies are like, you got to do all this, you know, and there's no in between. You either do everything or nothing, you know. And she needs like little things so she can build up all the self-worth momentum and not get overwhelmed. But in a real job, you don't get that. You would get that with Uber, you know. You only take one ride and it's good, you know.
Is she open to putting her face out into the world?
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure she can help a lot of people that have gone through injuries like this.
Yeah, so she was planning on making content, but she's more an introvert, you know. So she has also a product that she sells. It's like a dry shampoo. She gets like daily sales, and it's like,
oh wow.
So we're doing a lot of stuff, and it's like, you know, it's not all bad. So I'm a very positive guy. I think like everything will be fine. It's just like this year is just
kids?
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
How old are you?
You don't ask a question to a question.
I'm sweet 14. What are you?
Sweet 14? What is that? Is that a
German joke? No,
it's a German joke.
You know, I'm just like 35.
I was gonna guess 35.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm really good with these games. I do it with the people that come in my car. Like, I guess how old.
But you, I'm not really 100% sure. Like 20s, 28ish.
I wish.
What is it?
32.
32. Okay,
Yeah,
we got the 30s here.
Leveled 32, man.
Yeah, that's a good level. You know, got to beat all the little shit.
I actually like the levels a lot lower, but what it is, maybe I'll like them a little bit later on.
Yeah.
When I have a lot of money, I'll be better.
Yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah, we will see.
Well, I've been in fight or flight a lot recently these past few years, and then
Yeah.
my own doing, traveling and not working much, and
Yeah.
having these health issues now. Like,
Yeah, well, so what comes with Crohn's disease? Because I'm not really like big into Crohn's disease because I don't have it, you know. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. Like, give me the wrap.
severe pain in my stomach, inflammation of the body. Well, I've probably had 20 or 30 different symptoms, man. Like,
Yeah.
crazy symptoms, and honestly things that I don't necessarily even want to share.
Okay, you don't have to.
Well, it's just stuff that's just like no one wants to hear it.
Yeah.
It's very difficult sometimes, and so I'm trying a whole bunch of.
And so, is it
alternative
curable, or is it what is?
Some will say it's not, and some will say it is. So
Okay.
it just depends who you talk to. And I've heard, countless people say they've cured it and countless different things. So I'm trying a whole bunch of different like alternative peptides, and I'm always in the sauna and the ice bath. I'm always biohacking.
Yeah, I love sauna. Sauna is my
Dude, anytime you want to come with me, bro.
so
Shout out to Vitality.
Yeah, so Vitality is the spot. Let's talk a little bit about the biohacking. What's going down with that game?
Yeah, it really helps me mentally and physically get in the ice, get in the sauna. It's a machine called PEMF. I like to do that every day. I can't speak like about the technical aspects of it. It makes me feel good, and that's how I base everything. Why do I communicate with this person? Makes me feel good. Why do I use this product? Because it makes me feel everything. For me, I'm like a feeling person. We all are, but like.
Yeah, some people just put numbers on it and be like, oh, but they still feel about,
technical stuff. I'm not the technical, just the same with my sales. Like, it's just all feeling. It's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Are you into Zodiac at all? Zodiac signs?
I'm not. I'm a very, very technical guy. If you can.
We would work well together.
That is the other thing that I would like to talk about is like when you pick a partner, when you do a project, the partner needs to have something that you don't have. Otherwise, it makes no sense. Because if you have like two of the same, it's like, it's worthless. It's like, it's like you need somebody who's theoretically, technically completely opposite. You know what I mean? So it's like, even though it's like sometimes you will get like where you talk about stuff and you have different opinions, but they're both valid in just a different way. And there's sometimes the middle ground, or sometimes you go either way, but it's usually better to have like, oh yeah, this person's helpful for that, where I'm like weak,
Yeah, it takes a tribe, and I think we would do well in business, and it does, you just need a lot of different people doing a lot of different things, and then you need collaboration, and also like
community and everything.
Well, also it's like you can't be right every time. It's like you have to like, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to
experiment. I don't know.
What's the word I'm looking for? You have to not negotiate, but you have to like, I don't know, pick. I don't know. I can't even think of it.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, it's all. I mean, building a business, it's like you can't always be the person making all the decisions, like especially building it together. Yeah, and that's what a partnership is like. Look, if we're ever doing things together, it's like what is going to work for both of us. Yeah,
what I find is like my favorite argument is like when you build a house, you don't build a house by yourself, because like you maybe be a good carpenter, but you're not a good electrician or a good plumber or a good roofer. So it's like you kind of have to have the expert on the other side, because like on the flip side, you can buy all the gear to make a podcast, but that will put you like, you have to learn all the lessons, all the money that you spend. You start basically where somebody else already started at zero and build everything up. So it's sometimes better, to hire an expert for certain things. That's why sometimes it makes sense to spend $1,000 on a videographer, but sometimes it doesn't make sense. So it's like nowadays I feel like with social media, everything becomes like you do everything. You do the editing, you do the thumbnails, you do, and you're not an expert in everything, but it gets you a very unique feel and taste to the video, if that makes sense.
It does. Do you do thumbnails?
I do them too.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm paying someone right now to do them, and she's she takes a long time to get back to me. It's annoying, but it's very cheap. So like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. No, so how was your Fiverr experience? Like I'm like shitty. Damn.
Terrible. The worst. But you have to go through that, like whatever. I used
you will
all these
find
people.
some good.
Yeah, I found a couple of decent ones. The first one that went viral, someone did half. They sent it back to me, and I added my flavor. And I realized that like I can do much better than them, and they have years of doing it. I'm like, I'm just gonna do it myself. And So
because there's different styles too. Like when I see your stuff and I'm like, would I have done it? I would probably different fonts, but I'm also like, the fonts kind of make sense because it's more fun, engaging. So there's a lot of personality involved in like picking fonts. How do you edit? What do you amplify? Like, let's say they say something like Rizz up, or it's like there goes a lot into it. And if you pick and choose an editor, you kind of adapt to whatever he does too, and or he has to cover what you did, And what is your mindset on that? Should the editor now copy the style that you have, or you want to have a fresh style that you maybe like better? What's...
Yeah, I liked what you say. It's a lot of your own personality. It's very true when you're doing your editing. And with my videos, to be honest, I feel like a lot of them would go viral with a different type of style of editing. Yeah. To be completely honest, I think the content is that good. Yeah. Where it's like you have to just not be good at editing at all. Yeah. To be completely honest, and maybe it's just my ego.
No, I feel like that's what I learned is like what's being said is more important than how it's like represented. Boring conversation doesn't get virality. It's like, no, you have to show some interesting stuff and then it goes viral no matter what.
Yeah, I think the timestamps are the most important part.
Yeah.
Like finding the good timestamps, and not everyone can do that. Not everyone has that skill set to like watch a 10-minute clip and pick the first 3 seconds of a video. Yeah. This is the best 3 seconds of this video, and then this is what should go next. And then I think the timestamps is just the biggest part. Damn. Especially for my content. Yeah. Like I don't know what it is for other people's content, like teaching things. Like I'm not teaching anything. Mine's actually entertainment. So
yeah. I mean, I love that with the entertainment, it's like, it is like, how crazy is it in a way, if like something sounds like entertaining and like, I want to hear more, that is like, I think the moment, or how would you describe the moment?
Yeah. I guess it's just a feeling. You can't really describe it. It's like what gets
you amped.
Yeah. What gets you like, yeah. And maybe just my whole experience and my living gives me this ability. And I've always been a marketer. I've always been a salesman. I sold candy in high school and middle school. Like,
okay, he dishing out there. I'm seeing.
Yeah, I would buy 52 bars at Costco and buy them for $20, make $32 on the day doing that. I did club promotions in college.
Damn,
so
okay.
I would make $2 to $5 a head to bring people to the bar.
That's cool.
So I've always been marketing and sales. This just comes naturally. So if I really put in like 6 months and learned how to video edit on Adobe or DaVinci, and I did that, I'd be the best editor in the world.
I love hearing that.
In the world, but I'm never going to do that.
Yeah. I mean, like...
Never going to do that. Fuck that.
It's like you kind of have to pick and choose your poisons, because like you can also become the best videographer and the best thumbnail, There's so many jobs, and I'm like, do you really want to become the best? It's like, how important is it, Because like on the one side is like, I think the most important part for you is like the conversations, and get them juicy conversations,
That's why you come into place.
Got everything together.
That's why I'm looking to share revenue on my YouTube. Like I'm not saying like 5%. I want to give you what you're worth, and I want to just focus on the content. I want to shoot 5 hours of content, and I want to send it your way, and I want you to put it out, and I want us to make a lot of money doing that. And that'd be so cool for, where you do it and we make a lot of money, and then you can outsource it. Yeah. Like whatever. I'm still, you're still getting your percentage, but you can find other people. We've made so much money that it's like you can outsource it now. And like
I mean, it's a business, in the end it's like it makes a lot of sense, and I think like there's lots of potential. Yeah. But yeah.
I know it's a lot of work, and I know you have your own projects going on, but maybe we can build it small.
I'm still game. I got you. I didn't say
sold it enough. Huh?
Yeah. With that being said, like back to the biohacking, what you do at Vitality, and
the PEMF, the sauna, the ice bath, the float tank. I'm there every day.
Every day.
Todos los días, Vitality. They've got 2 locations, one in downtown St. Pete and another one on Park Street by the Target. Yeah, I mean, I love the owners, love the people that work there, Kieran and Robbie and
I heard about that place. I never went, and I never, Chris. But, I think I heard it from Best Day Fitness. Like, I think he talked about it, having a meeting there. I'm not 100% sure.
Best Day Fitness, who's that?
It's like a gym fitness place somewhere on Central.
Nice.
All the way out there, like not downtown.
Nice. And I also, another way for you to make money down the road, if you want to send me anyone that followers or any YouTube or Instagram and they want to shoot contact with me, I'll throw you money for that as well.
There's so many people, like it's kind of crazy. Like I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like the young people, they're going crazy now with certain content, you know, and it's like you have to have an eye for what is now popping, you know what I mean? So, and I'm just like, I don't even know, you know? So I'm like, I'm feeling like an old man here, like doing the gear talk, you know, educational. This is how you edit certain things, you know, this is how you edit 360 footage, you know, and all that weird stuff, what is not really interesting, you know, unless
what interests you?
I don't know, like making money. I'm like,
so
that's why we talked a lot about it.
Yeah. So thinking outside the box.
Yeah, that's all about it. It's all about it.
It's really that. And
creating content. I like doing vlogs and stuff, but it's like I need a good idea, and I'm not always having a good idea for a good vlog, you know. So you need viral ideas, kinda. Yeah,
definitely. What would you be open to, like, I don't know, doing something regular with me and bringing another guest in?
Yeah.
Would you be open to doing something like that?
Yeah, I would be game.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of different things we could talk about.
As long as, like, you know, I get a heads up.
Yeah.
Because that is like the thing, like last minute things, you know, like my wife is a little bit introverted, so it's like.
Yeah, for sure. But I feel like the more that I grow, the more I'll be able to attract, the more that we grow.
Because I can come with that setup anywhere downtown
really
St. Pete. Yeah. Because like not everybody has a podcast with free camera angles where it's like, look at this, wide shot, look at this, and wild fits, and it's like, you know, whoa, let me.
Yeah, bro, you're good with that. And once we get big enough, we got to hire someone to click those buttons. So you don't have to.
You can automate that too. I can do it that it goes like every 15 seconds automatic.
Can it do on speaking though? That's the way you need to do it.
Yeah, but there's a more expensive one that you can buy too. You know, this is the most budget-friendly version, you know. So this is a mid-budget setup, I think. If you want to have a really professional setup, you have to probably spend like a couple $1,000 more. Yeah.
So this one is just videotaping this, but this has 3 separate ones though.
I could record on them too, and then I'm not. Okay. It's too much work. It's like it would be crazy. Like I'm like, that's why most people start a podcast and they don't do a podcast after 3 episodes. You know, it's like if you edit, you know, how many hours would you put in on an Uber ride? 4 hours.
For a small 90-second clip?
90-second or a 10-minute video, no matter.
Well, I've only ever done the 90-second ones.
Yeah. How long?
7 hours.
Yeah.
5 to 7 hours it takes me.
So you do a good dedicated job on one reel, you know, and I love that. And that's like, with this, the buttons are pressed. I just cut the beginning and the ending, and then put an intro in front of it. It's done. Yeah.
Can you send me just the audio of this?
Yeah. It's recorded on here. The video is recorded on here. The video and audio is recorded on here as well. And if I really wanted to, I could do another extra step of safety over there with like all the cameras, you know. But yeah, there's a lot of, you know, backup that is then like wasted, you know, because like I know this recording will be fine even on one device, you know. So I'm like, I don't need to have the 4 backups, you know. But safety is our number 1 priority.
Safety. Love it with the content creation.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm really excited about this relationship. I really appreciate you.
Thanks for coming out and like hanging and like just chatting and everything.
Dude, we're gonna do so many more of these and topics too next time if you have like more structure if you wanted. Like
I know, yeah. Now I'm coming back to a thing that I forgot to mention. Like I'm like, what is up with how do you meditate? Because like I'm getting kind of heart issues, so I need to like
hot flashes.
No, I like chest pain and stuff like that. You know, heart stuff because I'm very stressed because lots of things in my life are very stressful. You know, talking about that. So I'm basically I need to be more chill, you know. I need to be more so, but people talk about meditating and I'm not very a meditative guy, you know. I'm a more science and
I think the beginning is stop saying that.
Okay,
stop saying you're not a meditating guy, because you'll never become a meditating guy if you keep saying that. And I think it's leading into meditation. I've started noticing like shallow breathing during the day. Just start catching yourself taking deep breaths if you can. The more you can take deep, longer breaths, the more you'll relax your nervous system. And all of this issues between, I think, chronic illness from heart pain to everything is a nervous system related issue. If you can calm your nerves down, your cells can communicate to each other. So I feel like calming the nervous system. And here, float tank is a good way to break into meditation. And I've recently had struggles with meditation. So I will go to the float tank of Vitality, and you're laying on this salt water. You're floating.
Yeah.
There's background noise. It's completely dark, and it takes a little while sometimes, but it's so much easier to meditate in the float tank. So my suggestions are try some light yoga.
Yeah.
It's deep breathing is hard sometimes. You're just like sitting there and breathing deep. But if you can mix in some yoga poses, deep breathing while doing yoga poses. That's why I love taking community classes at the different studios around town, because like you're with a whole bunch of people. It's like a group. It's like we're all doing this together. It's a community. Yeah,
I tried to get into yoga because it's healthy, and I'm like, when you sit a lot as an editor, it's like it's not healthy. It's like I need to stretch and I need to stand up. This is now like nearly 2 hours now sitting here.
Wow. Yeah, and bro, you're not even talking about like there is EMF coming from all these devices.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of frequencies. So getting your feet on your grass. Do you have a backyard?
Yeah.
Get out, get a mat, and get on the ground. Deep breathing. We can go next time we do this. Let's go out honestly, and we'll do a couple just breathing, and we'll do a couple yoga poses, and we'll talk a little bit more about it. And grounding on the earth is important. Getting your feet on the ground.
Yeah.
There's so much science behind it. Like everyone should be grounding every day. I hate that we even call it grounding. It's like we're definitely spiritual beings. Like I don't know your beliefs. When you die, what do you think happens?
I will never die.
Same.
Well, no, I will spread like a cancer. I will be everywhere.
Yes.
No, I don't know. It's like, I'm just joking. But
it's a bit morbid with the terminology there. But yeah, like I truly believe that. What did Einstein say? Energy is nor created nor destroyed. So where did we go? Where did we come from?
Yeah. So many questions. I mean, like it's
It was a German.
Yeah. I mean, those topics are like, that's also like stuff you could talk about it on the RidewithLimi, but then it kind of becomes like, it's instead of entertainment, it's like spiritual entertainment, like picking a niche and being like, appealing to the masses is also like a weird thing, It's like, do you lean in? Do you talk about politics? Do you don't? This is such a weird thing, What is your take on that?
Dude, because we talked about it earlier, earlier in our podcast right now.
Yeah.
You pushed me to go one way, then you pushed me back, and now I'm like, now you're in the middle.
I know. I hate picking sides, That's why I'm like, my content is literally so PC that it's like, oh yeah, this is like, it's flat, because it's like, it doesn't have that, I believe in this. It's more about like, I'm open for whatever both sides say, So it's like, I hate picking sides because I understand what this side says and what this side says, and I hate like being like, no, you're wrong,
So I have a very firm,
strong
belief in this right now.
Okay, give it to me.
I told my brother to stop texting me about what I should put out on my channels. I told him that because when you first told me, you said you should probably put the. You didn't say probably or should. You said it's probably best to put the short form.
It's separate.
It's separate. And I'm like...
In the end, it doesn't matter. It's like, as long as you do.
For me, I don't want to be burned out.
Yeah.
I want to love what I'm doing. And for me to love what I'm doing, I'm going to put my whole soul and every aspect of my life on my YouTube channels and on my Instagram. And I'm going to do these things. And yes, will it not be the best business decision?
Yeah.
But it's me. And it's what I love. So I'm going to fucking do it because I don't want to be burned the fuck out, dude.
Yeah, this is a big one. Like, burning out can happen quickly, If this didn't perform well, we're only doing what performs well. And then, you're just like, it's fucking boring, and you don't want to do it anymore because, like, it's, you need that fire, that passion and all that stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, whatever. If I don't gain as much money quickly, if I don't get as much views on the personal development, the mental health stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever, but it's me and it's what I love. And I know some people will be attracted to it.
Yeah. I mean, like, as long as you keep pushing and not giving up, you will make it,
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen, bro.
Yeah. But with this being said, like, this is a very long episode. We should wrap it up.
Yeah, let's do it. Whatever.
Yeah.
I can go for 5 more hours.
Yeah. I mean, I've been there, done that.
But really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's just like a giant file. And then I'm like, okay, what did you do with this giant file? Do I delete it because it's too big?
No, I'm sure we're going to be able to pull. Have you used Opus Clip yet?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I teach my wife how to edit, and
she does the editing for you.
Sometimes I'm teaching her, so like I'm getting now help, and I want to show you how it's like, okay, here, look at this. This is the style that our teacher. So it's like one-off podcast with Best Day Fitness.
That was you in a previous clip.
Yeah.
That is in this room.
No, that's by Best Day Fitness. Like I said, I can go somewhere else too.
Dude.
You know, that's the style that I heard teach.
Are you going to edit any of these clips?
Probably, maybe.
Probably, maybe. That's good, bro. What did you use to do that?
Hand, Adobe.
Adobe.
Yeah, so everything by hand. Like, it's,
Yeah, those automated ones don't work. What's the other one?
There's so many, actually. There's Magic Clip.
Magic Clip sucked when I used it.
Yeah, so I hear by another one, but now Opus got better because they put B-roll in it, you know, what is like cool, but it's not really matching and you cannot change a lot. You can kind of change like the search, the what is being put in, like you type in like for AI cat and you get cat pictures, you know, or you type in dog and you get dog pictures, but you cannot decide where you put it, what is super annoying.
Dude, in like a couple months, I feel like
they change completely and you probably can. And
I think it's just going to get so much better though. Like,
yeah, it will.
It's because it's crap right now. I feel like it's going to be so much better. In
people pouring money in, and so they're developing it. As long as they're getting money, they will make it better, you know.
Yeah, I think it's going to take away a lot of editors' jobs.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I'm very dark on that one. I don't know if you want to have some dark vibrations.
No, I mean, look, bro, like, dude, I now I understand you more.
Yeah.
So I'll be able to think how we could both grow together and we can both make money, how it could help us both. You know, and I understand you have your own things, but like now that we've had this much dialogue, I can think more. Yeah, no, it's always good knowing and understanding everybody. That's why I'm like, it's always good to, you know, have a meeting, you know, and I'm definitely able to, can help you if you want to, you know, and that is still interesting for you. But yeah, just needs some communication and everything. And I guess the only problem is, like, I just talked to this Uber driver. I know this is the last thing I want to say.
Yeah, tell.
He did a video.
Yeah.
He did a recap of 2022. It's got 2 million views.
Yeah.
So it was posted obviously 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
End of last year. I don't know how long ago, but it only did 30, 40, 50,000 in the beginning.
Yeah.
158 days later, did another 50,000. Another 45 days later, it's at 2 million now. So someone that wants to do a video for me, like, or, you know, wants to do a rev share, if they're not with me for life, they're not gonna reap those benefits.
I know. That kind of goes back to like how you can build like a content catalog, and that is like the crazy thing. Like you want to copy and like cover all the topics that is relevant for whatever industry you're in, you know. If you're like a barber, you're gonna make all the hairstyles. You make a video for everything, you know, that is related to that topic, because like if one video pops up, the other videos will get views too. And if you have 200 videos that get regularly views, then you get more ads, you know. Like YouTube is super powerful with like your old videos are going now viral, you know. TikTok and Instagram, they kind of start doing it.
Instagram did a little.
Yeah, so but usually it's like if it doesn't get views on the day off, it takes maybe forever. I hear rarely that anybody's telling me like my old video went viral. I hear that once with a TikToker, he told me now that his last video that he made like I think like 2 years ago went viral again. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But usually YouTube, always the old stuff gets views and sometimes takes off after a year. So you can have a video on YouTube that has maybe like 50 views and then it explodes like millions of views.
Do you think I'll be able to find a person that will want to do it? Because like, look, I know, like, I dude, like,
it's really depends. So here's my honest like holdbacks and all the things that I have in mind to be like 100%. The thing that you're talking about is really highly depending on like how much time you expect from the other person, you know. Like, do you expect me to do how many videos a month, you know? Do you expect to make changes? Do you expect, you know, that is the things that is the problem, you know. The problem is not like, oh yeah, I could make one video a month for you, easy peasy, and I get a half channel for it, sounds great. Yeah. You see what I mean? But there needs to be like, what is the minimum level, you know, and starting out at the minimum level to, you know, get the thing started, you know, and then improve on that. That's how I would like to do it, because like I don't know how busy, I kind of know how busy I will be this January because it's already like crazy, but I could squeeze things in between. This could be a thing, you know.
Yeah, and you know what, I could focus on doing some YouTube videos for mine and putting that much time in those edits.
Yeah.
So I can cover the videos for a little while.
Yeah. But that is like, it's about workload and the expectations, you know, because like I can produce content on mass and lower quality, or I can make high, like I edit, like one of my reviews is like 60 hours edited, one video, 60 hours, long form video.
It's crazy, bro.
But it's like,
how many views?
It's like, I think 10,000, what is not good, like on TikTok level, but it's horizontal. What is completely game changing. If you, it's like when you type in streets, I got the product for free. I got like the people are commenting on it. It's the first.
What product is that?
That is
streets. What is the product?
I will show you. Give me 1 second. But basically, it is like a bicycle that I did, and it is really good because like Google search. So
this is cool. It's in my headphones.
You actually have to be closer to the microphone so you sound louder.
So I didn't see. I guess I'm hesitant because one time I did have mics and I was too close.
Oh yeah. So basically, it's too tiny. But basically, this is the bike. It's like a bike where you stand on it, and it's like a kind of like a tricycle. And like you see, yeah.
So you did a review of this product?
Yeah, but it's planned. Yeah, basically.
That's you.
Yeah.
Nice. So it only did 10,000 views.
It's down there. But yeah, in the end,
it's a lot of 60 hours, man.
Yeah, but it's basically you go with the bike to multiple locations, shoot multiple angles, so close, you know, you talk about it, then you do like the editing, you know, that alone, all those things, you know, if you count it together, then you rewatch it, re-edit it, optimize it, cut all the M's and R's out, and you know, and it's like it's all about a product review where it's like, I can't play without audio, then it's like less distracting, but it's like, so this is like just easy beginning, but then I do like a fancy cinematic, you know, B-roll like this and the kind of stuff. Now you have to imagine like this music with it, and it's like, whoa, you know, and like have somebody following me with like a one wheel, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah, that
it's like different type, and then the video has to be structured, you know, so that you hit all the points that a buyer potentially, you know, needs to know to buy, you know, and yeah.
Dude, I want to have enough money to where you don't have to do anything else. That we can just have a business together. That's my goal. That's my goal in 2024. All right.
Yeah, I'm game for those goals. Like I'm also like I think like also like if you're down for it, I'm down for it. But it has to be the right workload in the beginning, you know, and we can ramp it up later, because like in the beginning you will probably be like, hey, this doesn't, you know, this is not the style I want, and then it's like going back and forth till it's like pendled in the middle somewhere where it's like, oh yeah, this is the style I can expect, and then you scale that. Yeah, and then you get like, okay, let's make more of them, you know. And
cool, I'll be monetized by the time that happens. This guy's doing 2 videos for me. I'm gonna pump out a couple more, and I'll have the 4,000 watch hours, and I'll be monetized. So
bang.
It's like,
so that's wild. Yeah, I love it.
So then it's already like boom. It's
now you also now go live on YouTube, you know.
Every time now, I'm just gonna like I'm probably gonna get another thing on my Uber card so I can go live. I'm gonna ask people. Some people started noticing me too. They're like, "Oh my gosh, the guy."
You gotta drive sometime somewhere else.
Wait, what?
Gotta drive sometime somewhere else. You know, go to Tampa or so.
Yeah.
Tampa is popping too. Like Tampa is bigger. You know,
South, for sure. I drive down there the most.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, yeah, but it's also like it's sketchy, you know. I don't know, like I have deep respect for like, you know, all the Uber drivers, because there's sketchy stuff sometimes happening, and I'm like, you know, but yeah, I'm sometimes too paranoid about the bad things and don't do things because I'm too paranoid about them, you know, and that holds me back.
I feel you.
But it's also good risk prevention, so I'm very safe.
yeah. I guess I trust my instincts, and if I feel like it's a sketchy person coming in my car, I drive away. But I only pick up from the bars and the schools, so it's like
for the combination bars and schools.
Yeah, I don't go to Ebor. I don't do anything sketchy, bro. Like, if I see some sketchy people coming towards the car, I just drive off. Like, it's
not worth it.
Yeah, bro. I've got fucking 4th. I can't even say that. All right.
Yeah, don't say it. Yeah. With that being said, I think we finally should wrap it up, because like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching the Create Before Consume podcast. This was Limi, or Ride with Limi.
Yeah.
Oh, handshake too. Let's go.
Yeah, we get pounded.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, with that being said, check his social media out, and like maybe buy some solar panels. Links below. And yeah, see you in another video.
Many more videos.
Yeah.